From its beginnings, Mike Tyson promised to be a legend. However, when his best years came to an end, this legend didn't know how to retire with dignity. Do you want to know which 3 fights marked the end for Iron Mike? Watch us until the end. It could be said that Mike decided to confront his destiny when he made the decision to face Evander Holyfield head-on. At that moment, they were seen as 2 animals destined to meet. Their fight was scheduled for November 9, 1996. On the other hand, Evander Holyfield had established himself as one of the most important and respected cruiserweight fighters in the world. In case you didn't know, the term refers to the boxing category, among other combat sports, which is also often called junior heavyweight. But it wasn't a title that fell into his lap. Before facing Tyson, Holyfield had already defended his name against formidable fighters like George Foreman and Larry Holmes. As part of his preparation to face Tyson, he hired former WBA champion Mike Weaver as his trainer. Meanwhile, Mike Tyson was not in the best moment of his career. In fact, many questioned his physical and mental state, claiming that he looked quite deteriorated after the turbulent events he went through. At the start of the fight, we could see Iron Mike throwing powerful punches, just like we were used to seeing from him. However, it didn't take long for Holyfield to demonstrate that he had prepared much better than Tyson. Evander knew that the best option was to keep Mike at a distance. That's why, from the first second, he showed smart evasive maneuvers against all of Tyson's attacks. What was the trick behind this? Holyfield would gain the opportunity to familiarize himself not only with Tyson's rhythm in the ring, but also with a rhythm of his own that would allow him to face Mike.
You know what? There you saw Evander Holyfield throw a nice body shot, and it's going to be one shot, and that's it.
The audience was expectant, but it could be said that they didn't receive what was coming until a little later. Round 2. In the next round, Holyfield was already ready to switch from defensive to offensive mode. And that's exactly what he did. Many would say that the change was as drastic as it was unexpected. But the spectators weren't the only ones surprised. Mike Tyson didn't have time to think after receiving a flurry of punches coming straight at him. He also took a powerful blow with the left hand that made his world wobble at that moment.
That's the time that he hits him. That's a straight shot. That's landed very well. That missed there. The point is that Tyson is on the defensive.
The audience was going wild, but perhaps the craziest thing was happening in the ring. We saw Iron Mike being pressured by another boxer, something that many were not used to. Holyfield's complex movements were worthy of admiration. It could be asserted that, before acting, he had planned in his mind because, since he decided to attack, he was the one controlling the rhythm of the fight.
Looking to counter off your miss. We'll see what happens here. Round 4. Turns the time.
Mike's got to find a way to rip the uppercut to the middle from on the inside. He's not getting to Evander cleanly.
Round 3. The third round began, and no one could believe what they saw. Everyone was left speechless because Holyfield managed to connect a right punch that knocked Iron Mike down.
Field champion, like the overachieving warrior that he is.
Oh, down goes Tyson!
This event was not something that would go unnoticed, as it was only the second time in Mike Tyson's entire career that he tasted the canvas. The arena was almost brought down by the excitement of the crowd. But for those who really like to analyze every detail of the fights, they had already understood the message. What had just happened was enough for many to know who would be victorious that night. The anger Tyson showed after his fall played well for Holyfield. Evander took advantage of it to keep gaining the upper hand. Knowing how to play, Tyson received a headbutt from his opponent, which the referee deemed accidental.
Tyson when they come together. Now see, they both came together. Nobody. See, look at that. Look at that. It's almost as if he got it.
I know it's even worse too, Freddie. You'll see it again. He doesn't see it. His head's turned to the side, and it just, again, shot to the temple shot.
Round 10 and 11. In the 11th round, Evander managed to corner his rival, leaving him almost no chance to react. Those who were commentating on the fight were saying, Tyson is in trouble. But in the end, he was saved by the bell.
Right hand. Oh, a straight right. Combination by Holyfield. Oh, Tyson's in trouble. Looking to put Tyson down and fight. Tyson in trouble.
Thus, the referee stopped the fight and awarded the victory to Evander, making Tyson taste defeat for the second time in his life. And even though Tyson spoke with respect and gratitude for Holyfield, it didn't take long for him to demand a rematch. Now we come to June 28, 1997, the day that was described as one of the strangest fights in history. Tyson, instead of learning from his mistakes, showed himself to be much more erratic than ever. His movements were completely reckless, perhaps driven by the thirst to prove that no one could ever defeat him again. History repeated itself when Evander Holyfield accidentally headbutted Tyson in round 2, causing a cut over his eye. At the start of round 3, Tyson initially refused to wear his mouthguard. And just 40 seconds before the end of the round, Tyson decided to bite Evander Holyfield's ear, tearing off a piece of cartilage.
Keep your eye on Mike. See, Mike has just, see, look at him. You can see it. You can see it. There it is. I can't. Well, and he certainly, that hurts like hell, but he certainly had a big bite. And that's a danger.
Evander and his team requested that the fight be stopped, but it was only for a couple of minutes, and then it resumed after Holyfield received medical attention. However, Tyson remained at a disadvantage. Not content with just one bite, Tyson bit his opponent's ear again, causing chaos in the ring. As a result, Tyson was disqualified and faced a series of problems that nearly prevented him from fighting again. After winning a couple of fights, in an attempt to refuse to put an end to his career on July 8, 2002. This is possibly one of the most important encounters in Tyson's career, as he was rebuilding himself while more and more sponsors were abandoning him. On the other hand, Lewis was acclaimed as one of the best heavyweights in the world. His punching power was equivalent to that of Iron Mike himself, leading many to boast that Tyson would be nothing more than a punching bag. At the beginning, Tyson tried to gain an advantage with his savagery. He threw a series of rapid and powerful punches, but his rival didn't fall for his trap. Throughout the round, Lewis managed to keep his distance. In the following rounds, something similar was seen until Lewis began to dominate the pace of the fight. With his jab, he managed to counter Tyson, which made Tyson frustrated. Lewis connected a right hook to Tyson's jaw, putting him on the canvas. And although he managed to get up, it was not before the referee finished the count.
Trying to finish. Highly motivated to come into this fight, hoping that this fight would
Got hard. No, you can't take that from him.
Big right hand from Lewis. That explodes.
These were 3 fights that managed to end Tyson's career in seconds. Even though he refused to let go of his years of glory, he couldn't recover from being defeated. What do you think caused Tyson's downfall? Bad habits? Let us know in the comments.